Hello, I'm EPX and welcome back to the video. As you all might know, horses, donkeys and mules have just come to the Pocket Edition version of Minecraft, and I figured this would be a great opportunity to actually talk about the three, because even if you play on other platforms where they've been there for a while, most people only ever use horses and then sometimes donkeys, but mules do exist and they do have their own benefits too. So today we're going to be going over the horses versus the donkeys versus the mules, the situations where you'll want to use one, where you'll want to use the other, and where you'll want to use the third, because they all do have various advantages over each other and they all are worth using in different situations. So yeah, the reason I'm making this video is because I looked up mules to try and see, what the advantages were, and as it turns out, the very first wiki page on it, everything on that page is just wrong. It's like, oh, you can do this, this, and this, and none of it was true in my experience, so I figured I would test it out and actually the differences between these three animals. So hopefully you do all enjoy today's video. If you do, like it, let me know, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let's know you do like this video. But with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? So yeah, again, we're playing this on the Pocket Edition because it's the latest version, and I figured it could help out the most of you, but this will apply to the other platforms too. I did test it on my Xbox One as well. So yeah, with that said, let's get straight into it, shall we? And let's start by explaining what the difference between the three is, because horses are the the majority of the, I guess, horses you'll find around the place. 90% of all horse mobs that spawn are going to be these regular horses here. They're not going to look purple because that's horse armor, but yeah, they'll just be regular horses like this one over here, and these are 90% of all horses that spawn. The other 10% are going to be donkeys. So of course you can get spawn eggs for each of these three, but presuming you're playing in survival, you'll find a lot more horses than donkeys, but you'll want to have a healthy combination of both, because the horses have one big advantage. Well, they have quite a few big advantages when it comes to speed, they have advantages when it comes to jump height, they have advantages when it comes to the fact that they can equip armor, like you can see over here. I've got some level horse armor, which means you can get some really, really cool looking horses, but there is a downside to the horses, and that is that they cannot equip chests. So this is where donkeys come in. Again, they're a 10% chance. They're a lot slower than their horse brothers, as you can see right here, so, they lose on speed, they lose on that, but then in exchange for that, you can equip them with chests, because all you have to do is do like this, and as you can see, there's a chest button right there, and as you can see, boom, we equip it, and now when we ride the donkey, and we actually look inside his inventory, you can see there's a chest inventory space in there, as well as our inventory, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So yeah, donkeys have the ability to actually store chests, which is something I find quite cool, and yeah, that's their big advantage right there. But what about mules then? So mules are something you might know about, but just in case you don't, what they do is they basically, how you get them is you breed a horse with a donkey, and you get a mule. You can't breed two mules together. It has to be a horse and a donkey, which you can do using a golden carrot or a golden apple. Any golden food will allow you to breed a horse and a donkey, and you'll end up with one of these mules. So these mules are really interesting because they are essentially donkeys for every single purpose, except a few where they have horse-like traits. So the things that make them different are the fact that horses have these big, this big variance where they can go, up to like 13.5 meters per second. They can be just as slow as donkeys, whereas a mule has that kind of trait, but within a smaller bound. So the mule can be slightly slower than a donkey, but it can also be a lot faster. The mule can have the same jump height as a donkey, but it can be a lot faster, and that's where the mule comes in handy, because it also can take a chest, just like that, because it also should be able to take a chest, I should say. Okay, let's try this one again then, shall we? Because it can also take a chest, just like that, and that means that you can have a mule with a chest, which is pretty handy. And then, oh, I'm sorry, I brought up the recording thing for a second there. Let me hide that away. But yeah, basically, I'm using YouTube Gaming to record, that's why there's a cat. I should mention that every now and then. But yeah, basically, once you actually, you decide to hop on your mule, the reason that it's so cool is, as you can see, this is faster than a donkey. So let me just show you the speed of all three comparatively right here. Here's me riding a donkey, which is the slowest of the three, because you can get slower mules than donkeys, but most are going to be faster. As you can see, it's decent speed still. There's not much jump height here, but we are getting our chest, and it's the easiest one to do, because we just have to, we just have to tame a donkey, easy as that. Second of all, I wanted to show you a mule right here, which is in between the horse and the donkey. So it's all the benefits of the donkey, but we're going faster and we can jump higher. So whereas the donkey can jump, I think it's 1.5 blocks, we can actually get a mule that can jump 2. Sometimes I think it's 2.5, 3.5 blocks. Like, it can go almost as high as a horse in certain respects, so that's pretty good. And then the horse is the best of the three, and the reason for this is it will go faster than either of them. So look at the speed here comparatively, and because of the fact that, of course, as well as that, it can equip armor. So yeah, basically, to give the pros and cons of each, the pros of having a donkey is it's very, very easy. You just have to find one, and that's kind of that. You breed them, you're going to get the same donkey every single time. Donkeys have very consistent stats at the very least. So donkeys win when it comes to ease of use. Donkeys win when it comes to, like consistency, and they also win when it comes to being able to hold a chest. The mules are great because they can also hold a chest, but if you get the right mule, you might have to go for a few sets. You'll eventually find one that's faster than a donkey, one that can jump higher than a donkey, but the downside is you can't breed mules together. The other downside is the fact that you're not always going to get a better a mule than you will have a donkey. So there's that. The second down, there's also the fact that they look better in my opinion, but you only get one type of donkey, a mule. Like a lot of people said that there's different types of mules you can get. By default, you can only find one type of mule in the game, and it's this one you can see right here. So yeah, pros of this one: can be faster, can jump higher, but the downside is they can't breed, and there's a little less consistency. Finally, we've got the horse, which wins when it comes to speed. They are the one you want to have if you're going around fast. They win when it comes to customization, because you can put horse armor on, and you can even dye the horse armor, where you can get a cool purple horse like this. And yeah, they win when it comes to most categories, but you cannot have chest storage space with them, which means if you want to have a horse, you're going to have to give up the extra space, which honestly is a trade-off worth making if you just want to go fast, but not everyone always wants to go fast. Sometimes people want to slow down and actually have stuff with them, which is where the mule will come in if you can get a good mule, and if you can't get a good mule, go with a donkey. So I hope I did explain this all for you pretty well. Again, it's something that I feel like a lot of people aren't too familiar with. I placed chests everywhere now by accident, but that's just the little problem right there. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments down below. Like the video if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Share the video if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this one every single day on my channel, and if subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. People just send me a bunch of invites all day, and there's no way to turn them off right now, so I'm a little bit agitated with Pocket Edition. But besides that, yeah, I hope you did enjoy today's video. Let me know if you want to see more 0.15 and just, you know, general Pocket Edition videos, because I think it's cool that now features are across all three. I can goof around a bit more, and yeah, your comments decide the future. But maybe comment down below if you want something crazy to happen too, and that will happen as well. But yeah, with that said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!